I'm testing something a little new here. I'm gonna go through photos and see if they show up with the way I got the window set up. I took this the other night. What's the date on this? July 11th. And when I increase the exposure, I'm using an SLR. It's a Canon. 8-second range, holding the shutter open. You'll start seeing this like you see here. If with my naked eye, the sky was pitch black, except for that bright ass Mars in the middle of the screen here. You can see Mars is right here if my mouse is working. Now, what's to the bottom left? I have no freaking idea. It didn't show up until I left the lens open longer. All of this didn't show up until I had the lens open. Originally, it looked more like this, just to your eyes. Okay. And obviously, even with the tripod, the camera still shook while it was, and it's hard to take. Wind, etc. But there's constantly something, even with a quicker shutter speed or less exposure, there's still something below right here. Something keeps showing up in this left side. See, and it moved. That one on the left. Something very, very strange here. And let's go. I want to take a closer look at this thing, whatever the hell this is. Hang on. Let's go back. These are all shot in order, so you can almost see them moving. So we'll go to the beginning. That's what I saw with my own eyes. I have to use this software. This is the highest resolution I can bring the camera up to. So it's picking up data that is wide ranging out of our, or wide area out of our physical realm of seeing things. The camera's going to be able to pick it up. So I'm not that surprised that shit showed up. However, it looks like it's rotating. I'll show you that in a second. Okay, we're getting closer. These are all in order. So I'm trying to lock in on this planet. I'm playing with the timer. Not the timer, but the exposure. And I think I moved a little bit there. Now, Mars is right here. More than likely, the camera jolted a little bit. You're seeing the brighter section there. I'm guessing. I'll go forward, forward, forward. Let's go backward, 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 backward. I don't know what this is. And there's still that light that's below it. You could not see this with your eye right here. That's all you saw. So when I get to Mars, directly below Mars, there's a light source. Deep space, close space, in between space, I don't know. But there's shit on the screen that wasn't there with your own eyes. So I want to get to the better picture. Hang on. See, these two stars were near Mars at the time. I don't know what they are. But we're going to zoom in on this baby right here. Right there. And I don't believe it's a lens flare because it has like a tail on it. If you look real close around it, there's energy around this thing. See that? So we got some green. The green gassing. It looks like it's moving from right to left. And then when you get to the further, like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock position of this thing, you could see it's streaming that, like gassing off that way. Okay, now if I put it on the original, Man, this looks like I'm looking at the sun. This is Mars at midnight. You would think that's the sun in the middle of the daytime. This isn't the telescope. This is just a bullshit SLR camera. No high tech, not the P9000 or whatever the hell that thing is. And here, this is the next shot. Look at this thing. It's the Photoshop. Give me all your data so we can create with it or edit or whatever you need to do. This way you can always edit pictures later. That's getting too much into photography, but that's the reason you want to shoot in CR2, for example, so you get all this extra data. If you've ever been shooting so you can get an extra 100 pictures on your chip, and you're going to knock the quality down, and time you start compressing data, it's going to start giving you fake-looking shit. So my whole point of this is it's CR2, raw format, as much data as possible, no less. So I would have the opposite effect. I'm not going to get as many false things on here because I'm getting as much data as possible. But this is a creepy, and I haven't touched these. I just loaded this, so this is the first time I've looked at them. There it is again. Now the reason to change color, I'm changing the settings at the time. See, now the camera just adjusted compared to the other pictures. So that's software adjusting here. But it was white because of the length of time and aperture, etc. I don't know what this thing is. But obviously right here you can see I moved a hair. But these other ones are so far out that little bit of movement, I could tell it, shoot it, adjust this automatically to look like a portrait, and it'll adjust all the settings automatically, or to my preset settings if you're doing a photo shoot or whatever you're doing. But this is a creepy looking, and it changes direction, so I think it's spinning, and you'll see the spin more when I speed this up. Hang on, watch this. Go, 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 go. Here it comes. Bing, 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 ba-bing, with the free music. All right, now I'm adjusting where you can see this thing. What it is, we don't know. Ba-boom. It's green. It's got two wings on it. It's got wings going that way and wings going this way, and it looks like it has a bow echo or a bow shot. What do you call that? Like our magnetic field right in the front. There's a bow in the front, an arc, wing, wing. I'm not saying nothing besides that, because this is not, you can't see this with your eyes. It's to the left of Mars a week ago, 10 days ago, whatever this is, July 11th. So you tell me what the hell this is. And in every one of those pictures where I have it exposed out, I haven't even opened it yet. It's going to look better once I get into editing. But there is definitely an arc. It's definitely aiming to the bottom left of that screen. There's a tail behind it, a wing to the left of it. Look at it right there. You can see the wings. It looks like a firefly floating through space. This baby right here, guys, and it's moving away from, so we know it's not a camera lens now, or an, what do you call it? Look how far away it is now from Mars. There, a foot. This is on a tripod in my driveway, so the camera's not moving more than like a hair. And you'll see in time, as I go back in time now, it gets closer to Mars. What is going on? That is definitely moving. You could see all the stars with Mars moving to the right. This thing's moving to the left. It has two wings. It looks like a firefly. It has a arc in the front, like it has a magnetic shield in the front. like it's pushing through space or debris, or maybe the Sahara sand is up in space too. Because we know it's not only around the Earth wrapping around, it's wrapping around Mars. And wait till you see, I don't even know if I'm going to do a video on it, but I did a video on the wind coming out of Africa. There's like no wind at all. I have no idea how the dust is getting up in the air, number one. Number two, if you go just wind pattern, look at the jet stream. There is no way any of that dust can get through the jet stream. And that's as of today. Doesn't mean it didn't happen over the last 2 weeks. Data like this on accident with my own gosh darn camera. And that is definitely moving through space. You could see. And we can go into the thing. I could look up the exact time I took this. Hang on. You could see this isn't over the course of like 5 hours or something. This is in minutes. Minutes. July 11th. The clock on this is showing 1:42. 1:42 p.m. It's the wrong time, but that's all right. 1:42. Go to the next one. $142. So, I mean, these are within, that grouping is probably within a minute or two total. And that distance you see covered. Okay, so let's go to the last one in this group. Just to see the time. And the last picture in this folder. 1:23. So it took about a minute to 2 minutes to take this grouping here. In that time, this thing moved right here that much. Now, somebody's, look at that. Even before I even noticed it, you could see it was moving. Look at that. All right. I will be back. I'm going to open one of these up. I got to figure out which one. And we're going to look deeper into this photo. I don't know what I caught. But I caught something, and it's strange. And strange is good. All right. This is WAG Chicago. I want to show you a couple photos. Y'all have a good night. I'll be 10:42.